Hello. Hello. Everything should be working. Hopefully. I'm going to start by saying, if you can hear building works, no you can't. So my dad is working on the conservatory. He's making a new roof and making the garden a little bit more spacious for us. So he's currently at the back doing like building work. The mic shouldn't pick it up in theory, because I've set it, so that it shouldn't. But if you do hear drilling or anything, that'll be what it is. Okay, so we're going to play the Stanley Parable because I said we were going to. I'm not sure how I'm going to work this, because obviously it depends on how busy chat is to how this is going to work. So what I might do is if chat is quiet, then I'll make the choices. That way we're still playing the game. But obviously if there's people in chat, they get to choose and not me. I think that's probably going to be the best way to do this. As far as I can, go. This is probably a better idea if I was had loads more subscribers. But I don't care. It's fine. It's whatever. Come on. Hello. My model has died. Oh, there we go. Everything is crashing and burning. Right. My hair is being a choice. I've washed it. So now it is deciding it doesn't want to do anything but whatever it wants to do. Right. Okay, do I need to lower the camera a bit? Is that why it kept cutting out? Maybe. Okay, that's a little bit better. I probably should put it in a ponytail, but I'm lazy. Okay, okay, that's fine. Everyone should be able to hear me just fine. The mic is working, as far as I can tell. How do I? Because I can put it in chat. But do I have to go onto YouTube and Twitch and things and pin a message there through chat that way? Okay, let's turn off the desktop thing for a minute. Because otherwise you'll just hear an echo of myself. And we don't want that. Hello, Shin. Okay, I can pin. Right, yeah, okay. Give me a second. There we go, that should be alright. I shouldn't need... That is pinned. And then if we go to Twitch... And I don't know if I can pin the rules there. I assume I can. Yes, okay, I can pin it there as well. Okay, there we go. We've pinned the message. Oh shoot, my brain is still in Japanese mode. Yeah, I didn't want to say anything. Because that would be embarrassing. Although I think you've embarrassed yourself anyway. That's okay. We do that here. Right, okay, I put that back on and back on, because there'll be no more echo, because I have done what I needed to do. Okay, there we go. So I have the rules pinned on YouTube and Twitch. It's just a simple rule. Basically, just if chat is quiet, I'll progress through the game on my own. I'll try and stick to what chat might have chose. Like if we're following the rules, then I will continue to follow the rules. If chat has decided not to follow the rules, then I won't follow the rules. Well, I suppose the narrator. I should say narrator, not rules, because that's confusing otherwise. So yeah, that's how I think we're going to do this. It's the easiest way of doing it, I think. And in hindsight, I probably should have set up the game ready. I've turned the game on, the PlayStation on. That's okay. I will have my head in the way while I no, it's Final Fantasy. Stray, Mass Effect, Stanley Power. There we go. Okay, let's hop on over. There, shouldn't be too much in the way there. Okay, I think I can turn that off now. We will put subtitles on just in case, for the people that need them. AKA me. I hope more people come today and play with us. I hope so too. Because this game is like hilariously fun. Okay, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. Hello, Tima. Technically not. I've watched other people play it, but I haven't actually played it myself, so that'll have to, yeah, that's fine. But the current time, what is the time? 2, no, that's AM. 53. No. Accessibility settings can be accessed with my menu. Okay. No, I've only ever watched other people play it. But it was free on PlayStation Plus, so I was like, yeah, I want that. I've wanted to play it. Okay, let's make sure all the sound and everything is up. Or on, I should say. Get my headphones. Because otherwise I might not be able to hear it clearly. And my mic will probably pick up if I don't. And then we'll have an echo, and that'll be embarrassing. You haven't played it before either? Well, you were in for a treat.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so this is the first choice. Do we leave the office or do we go back to the computer? I fairly think this one, you can do that. Low-key every corporate slave state. Yeah, pretty much. So, Shin, would you like me to go back to the computer or leave? I'm fairly sure we can go back to the computer anyway. I'm not sure if there's like time limits on the things. I don't think so. Leave the office, there's nothing on the computer anyway. Fair enough. I think most of these doors are going to be shut.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Am I still getting paid?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I mean, no one's using this. You may as well turn it off. I think there's like a... No, I have a doggo at my door. Sorry, honey. You're not coming in today. A YouTube delay is pretty bad? Ah. Well, hopefully that doesn't stick very long then. I hate it when YouTube does that. It's very annoying. Oh, someone spilled some coffee. I had Oh, I hate Mondays. It's almost a full minute before my chat pops up on screen. Oh, that's weird. I hate it when YouTube does that. It's very annoying.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So left or right? That's the next choice. Hello, board. Welcome. Feel free to make choices. That's what we are doing today. So, left or right, guys? I think we're supposed to go left. But we can go right. Let's get my pen out. I played around with the colours a little bit. Right, so we can finally do something right for the first time. Fair enough.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Oh, no drink. Boo.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I love the narrator. He's so funny.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, do we go through the first open door, or do we continue on going forward? That way? Or that way? There's no wrong way of playing this, by the way. So don't feel bad if you make any choices. Why did this actually remind me of my own office? Well, don't get lost in your own office. That would be bad. I think that will lead to the meeting room. I can't remember where this leads. My friend was playing this a couple of weeks ago over Anna's. He was having a very fun time. The only thing we regret are chances we don't take, so let's take that door. So this one? Or do you mean the one down there? I'm gonna assume you mean this one. But I won't go through it yet, just in case. I love having this fan. This fan is so fun. Yes, we enter. Okay. Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Or we can go down the lift. So through the door or down the lift? I have no idea where the lift goes. I don't know if my friend went down the lift. He must have. If only YouTube is fast enough. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with YouTube. It's been annoying. I'll boop it on its nose. Like the only thing I could do is like restart the stream, and I don't know if that would fix it. I do think the day has gotten worse the longer I've been here. I don't know how to fix that. Like I think that's a YouTube problem. I don't know why though. I don't like the only time it's delayed. Oh, down the left. Okay. The only time it's ever delayed is when Studio Lab.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office.
Studio Labs?
He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go from here it's left.
Oh, poor narrator. Yeah, not Streamlabs. Yeah, Streamlabs was the only thing that's ever made YouTube lag, and that's because it needed an update apparently. But OBS has never lagged for me. I don't know what's wrong. Hello, Mr. Joker. Yeah, I do use Restream. I've never actually had that problem before. But I can probably, I don't know if I can change it now. Let me see if I can change it. Oh no, I can't change it now. Oh no, wait, can I? No, okay. I can't change it right now. But yeah, I've never had a problem before. Oh, is it not going to give us a choice? We have to go that way. Boo.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Jackass.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Are you sure now? Hello, whoever's in the car. Nobody, because I'm all alone.
No, 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 no. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top.
Yeah. There's a reason why I love this game. There's somewhere where you can jump off a ledge and it's Okay, well, I'll go through the door as well.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Don't know if there's any, like, trophies or anything for turning off the computers. But I'm gonna do it anyway. This feels more like a reality show.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No, I didn't touch a thing.
A story somewhere or a... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay, so we have left, right, and middle. And then obviously, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Hello, Joshy. Yeah, we got more choices now. So yeah, go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No! He restarted. I don't know now because he restarted.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is jump in the window an option? I don't think so. But maybe one day.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Well, I can't even see out the window, so... Anyway.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
He's so confused, bless him. Look a little dilapidated.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, How about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay?
It was
I'm
indeed
getting
not.
weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
He's taken away our win. Yeah.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
I like how they've trademarked that. Oh, I don't know if they trademarked it for real, but that's really funny. Oh yeah, we're turning off all the computers. Oh, we go through there now. Okay, so do we go back that way? The way that we've been going? Or should we go through, should we follow the line? Because this is a new way to go now. See, this is why I love this game, because it is just so fun. And it's not serious at all. Like, you just do different things. And the narrator is just, like, hilarious. I wish more games did this sort of thing. Because you don't need amazing graphics. You don't need, like, line? Okay. You don't need to do, like, anything special. Oh, let's turn this computer off. Oh, someone's playing solitaire. Can I not turn that off? Can't turn that one off. How dare. They're wasting electricity. I'm a salary slave. Of course, I'm gonna follow the line. Fair enough.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Nope. Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of
They're
that
not even
existence,
playing well.
right?
Nope. They
Okay.
fail.
Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental
Going up the
subjective
walls.
construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
I can't walk up walls, dude. Let's just imagine I'm walking up the walls, okay? More wall walking. This seems highly unnecessary. Swinging line. No. What was that? That was a glitchy glitch.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure
Really?
you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
It's a fern. It has ferny bits. It's in a white box with the black outline. It has dirt in it. A cup of dirt. Okay. Continuing.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No, no. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Nope.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
But yeah, as I was saying, a game doesn't need to do a whole lot to make it fun. Like this is literally just walking around, either following the narrator or not following the narrator. And it's a simple game. It doesn't need to have like combat, you know, a really in-depth story. Although those are fun too. I do love my stories. I'm not sure enough.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Well, I mean, sure, we haven't done that direction before, and I can't go nowhere else.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
I'm fighting a
wild.
suit though. This
Use your imagination.
Postmaster.
Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Are you sure you're ready for it? Because we're just going in circles. Okay, maybe not. There's nothing.
Oh,
there
no,
we go.
Not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
So I think do we carry on, or do we go backwards then? Okay. I think we just continue and just ignore it. And we're in the line. The line. Okay, it's gone.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so
Okay,
I
I'm
know
gonna go
that
backwards.
each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
You sure you won't let me like make my own choice? No? Oh, okay.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
8 times?
That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me. Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
I guess he had no choice.
Co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, so he did forget. Poor narrator.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
You gotta go and do something, but never mind. Enjoy your day. Let's have a look.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, so we got this choice again. We can go on the left or we can go on the right. Because even though we went the right last time, there's still other choices we could have done. I'm fairly sure there's a bucket somewhere, and I can't remember where. That also has different different endings to it, but I think that might be a little bit later on. Left, I guess, this time? Okay, left it is then.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a co-worker. Let it boil up inside of you. That's not helping. Hey, I was reading that. Using slides to assure employees that everything's okay. Make sure your slide has a selected graphic and header. Show some bevel on it. Everyone is beautiful. How nice. Number of this slide. Charts and slides. This is funny. Rates of increased graphs per slide. Please don't watch chat. That's funny. Well, game. I don't have any dreams for the future because I'm an office worker. Don't get fired. Okay, let's continue. Monetize free to play. Game, that is way too real. What type of company is that? I don't know. I think they have problems.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, up or down? That is the next choice. I'm fairly sure we can go down anyway. Otherwise, I don't think he would have said anything. I don't know what trophies this actually has. I'm assuming it has trophies. But yeah, this company, whatever they do, definitely has issues. I would not like to work for this company. Can't even see what's down. I definitely can't see what's up there. I guess we go down because we're trying to escape. Okay. What's that?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
He's right.
Why did doors close automatically
I can't see my
behind
feet.
him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
You're indeed crazy and alone, Stanley.
I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
There.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
Wow.
Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job.
Married?
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine.
I am okay.
We are
Stanley
not okay.
began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
And now I can't see you again.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know.
Norris idea, yep, I'm gaslighter, yeah.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
And we're alive again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I love this game.
When
Right,
Stanley
okay,
came
here we
to
go.
a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We make the choices again. I don't know how long we'll play this. But we got time. It's not like I got work this week. Are we still Stanley? Yeah. It's still Stanley. I think he's like immortal. Maybe not like alive immortal. Maybe kind of like what's it called? What's it called? I've forgotten the word for it. It's not quite hell. But it's the place between life and death. And I can't remember the name of it. My brain has died. Try to think.
Stanley just stood there doing nothing at all. He seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
Limbo Purgatory, thank you. I was trying to think of the word. I knew it was a P word, but I couldn't think of it. Purgatory, yes. Should we go through the right door? Or the left door? Don't sass me, a narrator. Let's call the narrator Nah for short. You can't jump. Oh, okay, there are trophies. Get your first trophy. True narrator, we're going opposite, he says now.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop
you
by
don't
the
need to tell me twice
first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Hey, I mean, look out there. Look how yellow and brown that looks compared to this nice blue and white.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Hey! That's not very nice. Mocking me. Just because I prefer blue and white.
Around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message. But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Okay, you said to do everything the opposite he said? Yeah, well, we'll just continue going forward then.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Well, I have no idea where we are now. Why is this table so tall? Or am I just really short? Now, do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. If jumping off the cargo while it's in motion, will cause death, do you really think we're going to be able to pay you $5,000 after we're dead? Because I don't think so. I kind of just want to jump. Oh, I didn't actually mean to jump.
In his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job,
Whoops.
Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I didn't actually mean to do that. I just wanted to get to as close to the edge as possible without actually jumping off the edge. Whoops.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Should I get back to that place and actually continue doing whatever we were doing? Or should I do a different thing this time? Because I honestly did not mean to actually die there. But that is funny. Oh no, you underestimated corporate contracts, even if you apparently could still have that from your boss. So yeah, some countries and their corporations do scare me. There's only been one a company abroad that I've written books for, and I regret that ever since. But yeah, they won't sue me for talking bad about them because everything I've said about them has been backed up by proof, and they'd need to spend a lot of money to come over here just to sue me, and
Stanley
that wouldn't
just
be worth
stood
it
there
for
doing
their.
nothing at all. He seems to think I had nothing better to do.
I'm
going
to try and get back to where we were.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. Because I did not mean to die, so...
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, let's not die this time.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh yeah, we're married. I forgot about that.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Okay. I doubt we can go through that. Nah, didn't think so. Okay. That's a very black foreboding door. Okay.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I guess we're picking up the phone? I'm starting to suspect the narrative's not lost.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Yeah, you told me we did.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
He's lied to us all this time. Instead.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Okay, so now you're... Now you want me to die?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oh, we have to.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
This is too real, gang. Too real. I don't work in an office setting, but still too real.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
And we still can't press any of the buttons. Sad.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
That just changed.
Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I mean, tell our wife we love her, except our wife is a mannequin.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Well, this is going to be a timed one. I kind of want to push the button now, just to be an asshole. Are you going to say anything, narrator? I mean, I assume so, because you told us not to press the button. I know the button works, so... Oh, there's a crouch for some reason. Not sure why. Okay, I think we have to press the button.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press triangle to question. Okay. Of course, we can't do anything else, so...
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried...
Okay,
All
let's
of
be
his
gone.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I don't know if there's any other options this way. I'm gonna just temporarily do what he says. Until we
Yet
find a
there
new
was not a
choice.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, I don't think there's anything down there that we could do differently. Oh, this is swanky. Bathroom. Why do they have a really nice bathroom? This is a really nice bathroom. Oh, hey, it's an aqueduct. I'm gonna assume this is like either Europe or England. Although the Wales has some of these as well, but more common in England. Cool. To be rich is it a crime? To commit crimes isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. Stream bathrooms. Okay. Okay, well, that's a really shitty mirror if you can't see your reflection in it. Where's Panda? Okay, now we have choices of where we're going. I think that's outwards. Okay, let's go in.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I mean, you did literally just tell me.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I mean, I can't see shit. Oh, over there. Okay. Go down. I guess that's the only way.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I saw those sparks. That's very unsafe. Health and safety needs to come in and address that.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
Facility. Okay. Oh, okay. We have a new choice. We can go to the Mind Control Facility, or we can go to the Escape. What would you guys like me to do? Assuming we have people to choose. If not, I will make a choice. There's no such thing as escape. That we have a labeled escape on it. Yeah, because that's not like a proper label. It's just written down. So we can either mind control? Okay, we'll go mind control. Hello, camera. Not that anybody's watching. Guess we have to press the button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I mean... I don't think we can go back, can we? No. We have no choice.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
This might be hitting a bit too close to home now. Okay, this just takes us up, I think.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I guess so. From now on, I'm going to headcanon Shin that your company is mind controlling you, okay?
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I'm guessing it was the one we just passed. Oh no, maybe it's in the 5. Okay. I was gonna say we're gonna die if we go in that. He didn't. It's okay. Okay, I guess we gotta go in that room then. I can't read that. That was way too small.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Dang, a lot can happen in 30 minutes. Yeah. Okay, so are we turning the mind control on? Or are we turning it off? No, I can't read that small writing. It's way too small. So this is our next choice. Now I already know what's going to happen if we turn it on or off. On, okay. We have one up, one on.
Oh, Stanley.
On, because Stanley's dead.
Activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do, for example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent. Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires.
We can't turn
this
that
is
off.
much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yeah, pretty much.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons.
My control is vibrating like really
or
mad.
This big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you
No,
say that,
nothing will save me.
That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Okay, our narrator's gone
You're
crazy.
in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control
he's gone
this
insane.
world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces.
I don't know if I'm actually doing anything all the way.
For your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Well, that was one way to go. Then we're back. Is this normal or ultra deluxe? Is that ultra deluxe? So we get all the extra stuff added as well.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he
Wasn't there like a bucket somewhere? I want to say there's a bucket somewhere. I can't remember where.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, what should we do this time? Let's have more fun. Oh, hello, Funny Cake. Welcome to the channel. You get to decide what options we get, and I'll follow through. I probably missed the bucket. I'm sure that there is a bucket somewhere, but I can't remember where it is. Because that also changes the outcome of everything. I think the bucket is later. Okay. I couldn't remember. As I've said before, I haven't actually played this game myself. I've just watched other people play it. But I've always wanted to play it because it is hilarious. And I love a good game with good humor. Yeah, I've seen one playthrough, so I mean, fair enough. Also left. Okay. Yeah, I was watching my friend play it quite a bit. He also turned the mind control off.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, I'm fairly sure. Downstairs is a loop. So I don't think we have any other options down there. I have no idea about this game, but I guess I'm a pro office slave and that's it. I mean, yeah. All offices are mind controlled. That's my canon now. Okay, we went in there last time. Let's actually go out here. Elevate music. It seems to be going on forever. Hello? Okay. Hey. At least give us a different floor. That elevator actually work. You're busted. Okay, fine.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Yeah, okay. We're here again. With an elevator that actually works. Or used to. I guess it's broken
Stanley
now.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. So we can either go back in there and turn off the mind control. That will be a different option. Or we can go through the unofficial escape route. Which would you like to do, guys? Maybe we can do both. Obviously, we can't do both at the same time, but we can do both. See what happens. Escape. Okay.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Gee, thanks. Well,
the door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted
I
effort
always
to
trust
walk
suspicious
forward,
labels.
unwillingly
Right.
confront his death.
Well, chat, you chose this. Whee!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell,
Aw.
Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him
We've changed
instantly.
narrator. And we have not died. I don't think I've seen this one. Okay, well, we didn't die.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When
Ooh, this
every
is different.
path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
I mean, yeah, I kind of had that feeling that we were in like purgatory. But still, it's still a fun game. Oh look, the little offices, they're so small. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the 2 doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Ooh. Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the 2 doors in good time. Cool, cool. A set of 2 open doors were the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerges as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. It's cool. The office. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard stroke and synthesized tone. Oh, cool, cool. Oop, there's a sign there, let's read. Oh, filing cabinets, okay. Office computers. Someone playing solitaire again. Really badly. Credits. Oh, so like this is like an ending in an ending. Okay, let's go this side first then. Maintenance, right? Cool. Okay, we could go up there, but I'm assuming both ways do they both lead to the same place? Office clock. Boss's office. See. Lounge. God, there's so many ways to go. Underground mind control.
Try the other one then.
And narration outtakes.
Stanley pushed the big red button.
Oh, okay, cool.
Where were all of his co-workers? Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing? Does that sound plausible to you? Stanley pushed the orange lever. Oh, for crying... Stanley stood on the roof. Stanley stood on the snow. Still nothing? I don't know. Well, in that case, I'll tell you what. You win. Congratulations. You did it. I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. What do we do now? I don't... Stanley, where are you right now? Where am I? I'm trying to figure out, but I can't... Stanley, who am I? Can you speak to me? Please talk. Have we done this before? Have we been in this room before? How many times have we done this? How many times have I said these exact words? Say something. Anything. Help me, Stanley. I don't know who what I... Stanley, help. Finally, he pushed the number 9. Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design.
Okay, let's go up the stairs. There must be more things. Freedom ending. Oh, we have not gotten that ending. Let's not spoil that. Countdown deck. One of the desks from early version of the countdown ending. Okay. Yeah, that's also a freedom ending. I'm gonna assume that's the way out. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when our players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. Okay. Countdown room. Fair. Vending. Okay. I don't think we've had that one either. Zendin model. Okay. I don't want to spoil the things. Zendin levers. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. The first one released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is repairing a new version of the Stanley Parable. Cool. Fire. The game is now paused. Give the game again, resume the game. Oh, the escape menu. For a long time, we only had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realised this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. I mean, fair. Oh, let's back out that way. Cargo lift. Cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of player falling to death. Oh, so there was another path there. I want to say I knew that, but I forgot. So I think I saw my friend doing that. Maybe we can do that one at some point. Cargo lift again. An apartment timer. In previous versions of the choice leading to the apartment ending, timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Oh, okay, cool. I'm guessing they took that out, though. Warzone. I don't think we've had this one either. The fact that there was a fine for jumping there means somebody had tried it before. Yeah. Okay, so for those of you who haven't worked in a job like well, any job, if there's a rule or a fine for something that sounds utterly dumb, in this case jumping from a high place, it's because someone has done that before. So just keep that in mind. Early development designed an nightmare Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. Okay. The actual game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build that was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpret it as making fun of people who like shooters, which is not our intention. Okay, I guess they took it out then. It would have been fun though. I mean, I'm terrible at shooter games, but still would have been fun. Okay, we're back here. Some questions. How do you make a JRPG? Oi! I hadn't finished reading that one. Are you a rock? What is a strange number? Okay. After the second trailer, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are some selection of those emails. Okay, cool. Okay, let's keep going. Lounge. Did we come in here? Yeah, we've been in here. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second in March 2012, and the third in February 2013. Okay. Cool. Game design mockup. This is a level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as kind of an audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game, though much of the environment has changed. The basic layout for this mockup is still in the game. See, some of this is really cool info. I believe this is where we came from. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think that's everything.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
This game, right, would probably do really well. I don't know if they've already done this, because this is quite an old game. But this would work really well in like in the 3D space.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game.
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Mal, we had to die. Okay, I remember the spending caution message in the copy machine at work. Don't put your bottoms on the copying machine. Sounds funny, but now I understand why. Yeah, someone has done that before. Like, when it literally, whenever there is a dumb message, it's because someone has done that thing. It is so funny. Okay, should we do one more?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, new content. Okay, we're gonna go through new content.
New content? What does that mean, new content?
Ooh, are we on a roller coaster?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra
Oh yeah,
Deluxe.
this is the extra stuff.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yep.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
And I like how they got the old narrator back as well.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, here we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Gimme the content, Stanley. All right, let's see, it's the jump circle?
Oh, we can actually jump this time. I don't know why we need it, though. Aw, we're all out of jumps.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
I'm sure there is, narrator. Don't worry.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Now, obviously there is actually more content. But how on the nose is that for today games? Like, so many games nowadays just put in new skins, call it new content, or something really, like, pathetic. And they charge you an arm and a leg for it. And it is literally just nothing. It's a nothing burger. Like, so on the nose. Yeah, already this is different. There is the old office exit.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
I mean, okay. But at least back into the offices. I mean, I guess we can go through the vent. How did someone drop a cup in here?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Okay. It's an office inside a arch. Way?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
think I've seen this one. Because sort of one of the YouTubers I watched played this. So I'm fairly sure I've seen this.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013
Nah,
when the game originally
I am on
launched?
the PlayStation
Back
port.
then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Although I agree with you on the rest of it. Independent Games Festival. Cool. Just how big is this building? It's an infinite building. It's like the back rooms, except not as dangerous. This is such a funny game. It really is. I love this game so much. I'm glad PlayStation Plus had it for free. I probably will like buy it eventually. Because I really love this game. But I am glad we can play it for free. My first kiss, my first car, the release of the Stanley Parable in 2013. Smile because it happened. Oh man, I don't see CDs anymore. I know they're still being made, obviously. But yeah, everything's going digital now, and it's sad. Oh, by the way, hi, Night. Oh, look, a single US dollar. I have never actually had a dollar before. I've got plenty of Euro coins and a couple of other currencies, but not anything from the US. Can go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Well, okay. Unachievable. It's impossible to get this achievement. Are they actual achievements? Trophies. Test. There really, he wasn't joking. There really is a test trophy. Please ignore. That is hilarious. Quick, the game started again. For the entire duration of a Tuesday. What are these? Even the trophies are like just hilarious. Oh, click on door 430 times. I don't know how many times we've already clicked on doors. Not that many though. Speed run. Okay. Set all setting sliders in the menu to all available members. What are these trophies? For 10 years. Okay, that's funny. I don't think that one was there though. The other one was though. That's funny. Feels to have choices.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Was it even an hour, though? Okay, let's try and read this. How do you review a game like Stanley Parable? To describe any one part of it is to risk its ruination. To detail what it has to say about game design, the illusion of choice, the psychologically, it's the psychology, I'll get there, of the game is to tell you too much. Oh, I'm losing my voice. Okay. Continuing. Comparisons, too, are going to be woefully inadequate. Perhaps its closest cousin would be Dear Esther. But where Dear Esther wastes the form of interactive entertainment, Stanley Parable uses and then subverts it. Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds. To be every game ever created. Even so, holding the game to the standards of any other title is simply not going to be correct. So how do you review what has become known as Stanley Parable HD, full-scale reimagining one of the most intriguing mods available online? How do you discuss it, analyze it, and recommend it? It's quite simple. You don't. That is a really good review, actually. I can't really read that, that's fine. They won some awards. It's pretty good as every game. It's really fun. I love this game so much. Maybe some maintenance. Let me in. Apparently there's a trophy for clicking on the doors a lot. So let's see if we can trigger that one. It's a good thing I got really, really fast. A trigger finger. Let's see. I'm assuming I can trigger it in here. It was 150 times, right? Let's go. I have no idea how many. I haven't been counting, just so we're aware. Yeah, this game is hilarious. I love this game so much. And we haven't even tickled the surface yet. Like, we still have to actually follow through with every thing that the guy tells us to. We haven't done that yet. I'm fairly sure there's like several endings with the bucket, including falling in love with the bucket. Okay, I don't know how many times I've actually clicked on this door now. We're probably nowhere near. Let us in! See, they're not playing it for a few years would be fine. I think we can also change the date on our PlayStation and get that working. I think we can get the trophy that way. Without actually, not playing it. Okay, I'm trying to get a trophy. But I don't know how many times I've actually pressed the button now. Okay, it's fine. Because it doesn't have to be that door, I don't think. Alright, okay, I can't actually click on that door. A person of fear. You won't let me leave. Yeah, let us in. No, I just shut the door. Okay. I was gonna say, door opening? No, door shutting.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
After all that, we're still trapped. Yeah. Hello, party goer. Welcome to the channel. There's out.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Oh, this
What
one's
I
open.
wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
What endings have we gotten? We've been blown up. We've fallen to our death. We thought we were a dream and turned out we were going crazy. We're currently in the memory zone, which is the deluxe stuff. I'm fairly sure we need, like, the bucket ending and stuff like that.
Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Probably not. If they're here.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
That is really funny. I don't know if that was a serious review. If it was, can you imagine, like, finding out that your review got put into, like, an add-on of a game that you didn't like? Granted, I don't think they, like, showed the name or anything. But that is really funny. Okay. I think it was. It wouldn't surprise me, but that is really, really funny.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as
Oh, they do
light
show
and
the
airy as it-
username
well,
at the bottom.
I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Like, it's really cool though how they just took the negativity and made a joke out of it. That is peak humor. I think more people should do that these days because everyone takes everything too seriously all the time, and then they get all up in their boots because they're offended by every little thing. It's like, okay, someone didn't like your game, big deal. Laugh it off. It ain't that deep, bro.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
I know some of the reviews were real because I watched the playthrough with the creator and he said so. Oh, okay. I would be either mortified or very happy if my review got in. Me too. Like, you know, it would be really embarrassing to have a negative review in the game or whatever that you've played. But at the same time, it'd be like, you know what? That's hilarious.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore...
Yeah.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you?
Yes, yes, we did.
That's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works. Perhaps that would have been a smart thing to check on before I... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means.
I just realised
there's really only so much I
the
can
door's
ramble
gone
on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just...
Unfortunately, we have no
How do
door.
we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
There
I don't
was.
feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole?
Nope.
A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take
Nope.
any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are. What would it ever
I kind of want to push the button again.
Here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child.
Okay.
While... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley,
Oh, the
it's
plant's
been a
dead.
week. Or 2 weeks? I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing.
I wonder how much they have
Would you think
recorded
that
though.
it's exactly the same as
I'm not
always?
sure.
Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening.
Because it's clear they want you to press the button, yeah.
A vessel through which my words were moving. It
I'm
was
kinda
the
curious.
vessel I needed, Stanley, not the outcome.
We'll let him drone on a little
None
bit.
of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe
He's a real
I'm not
boy.
just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you? You can see what this means to me. I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as
I really
certain
want to
about
push it
this
again.
as I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel renewed. I feel restored, and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of it, to think of returning to such coldness. Come, let us sit in silence together here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let us not run from it.
Oh, okay, I think he's finished rambling. Maybe. I'll give him a moment, just in case he does have anything else to say. No? Okay. I'm gonna press it.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of it collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike
Shanghai
anything
needs
I
a
had
friend.
ever known.
Who
It was a
does?
space without consequence, without...
Oh. Narrator? I think we killed the narrator. Well, that's fine. B? He died, oh no. What's beeping? Must be the button.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the
Is this
words
game
that they
what
are
Lightman
speaking
looks
into
like?
the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course,
I think we've
absolutely
driven our
anyone can leave a
narrating
review. So here's
insane.
what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes!
Yes.
Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise,
You
without
just
our
skipped him
entertainment,
again.
we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so...
Okay, well, you're
so
too
because
insane
of
for me
this,
right now,
we
so
require the
skip. And he's dead again.
The end is never the end, 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 is never
Okay,
the end,
he's really insane now.
is never the end, is never the end, is never the end,
Narrator.
is never the end, is never the end, is
Poor
never the
guy.
end, is never the end, is never.
Where will this end? Never. Oh. There we go. We're starting to see nothing. I see sunlight. Just a little bit more and we'll escape. Well, he just realised you should never listen to the critics. Exactly. If you listen to the critics too much, you kind of lose sight of what you were intending for your game. Like, a bad game is still going to be a bad game. Good game will still be a good game. And there'll be games that have a bit of both. It's okay. Oh, the button's broken now. Yay, we can escape. This was all water. I have no idea where we need to go, but we have freedom. Yes, we do have freedom. Even if it means we die in the blistering heat, we have freedom. Aww. Okay, we're back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Was that there before? Because I remember seeing the door have new content. Okay, what we're gonna do, we'll do this as the last one. Because I'm starting to lose my voice. Which is not good, because I still need it. I need my voice, hold on. Sorry about that. Still not losing my voice. We're gonna do,
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered
I
the
wonder
door
what
on his left.
ending that was called. Probably Apocalypse. I don't know, honestly. What we'll do, we'll listen to the narrator all the way through for this one, and get that ending.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Because I think that's the only thing we haven't really done, is actually follow everything he says.
The manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere.
Yeah.
Could
Give me
he
the
really
password.
be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take.
Was it 4,
He
8,
fell to his knees,
3, 2?
bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's
Well, that's
future?
different dialogue.
Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random
Just give us the
that no man
password.
could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
We might play this again tomorrow, if you guys want me to. Because there are still so many endings we haven't gotten.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Narrator, just come on. Because we have an achievement if we do this like quickly.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Why can't we skip now, narrator?
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay, here we go. This one?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated?
That is now our headcanon for every job. Yeah, being manipulated into enjoying it.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yes. We may as well get this ended out the way.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes.
No.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he
We
been
don't
freed
care.
from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
If you'll let me,
Stanley
yes.
felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Also, he thinks. Yay! We got beat the game. And then we're back. Okay, so that was the Stanley Parable. Obviously, there are still lots more endings that we can get. A bucket ending, which has several different endings to that alone. I can't remember what other endings there are. There are loads of endings. But yeah, that was the Stanley Parable. I think we will... hop on over to this one. And chill for a bit. Oop, wrong button. Wrong button. There. We wanted the wings. Wanted the wings. Oh, except I'm a little bit too big. There we go. There we go. Yeah, what a cool game. It really is. It's so much fun. If you can get a hold of it, if you haven't played it already, I highly recommend. Now, obviously, this humor isn't going to be for everyone, but I personally do love the game's humor because it doesn't take itself too seriously. As you probably noticed with the reviews, like some people take games way too seriously, especially games that you shouldn't be taken seriously. But yeah, I do love this game. It is really an interesting game. I wish we had more games like this. Like, I love my RPGs. And I love a good story. No matter what sort of genre the game is. And the good lore and everything. But sometimes a game just has to exist and be funny while doing it. I would definitely love to try it. You definitely should. Because, as I said, we haven't even unlocked all of the trophies, which most of them are just stupid trophies. And they don't really do anything. They don't. They're just there. I'm guessing the creators were just like, when they ported it over, were just kind of taking the mick of all the PlayStation games that have like really stupid trophies. Because sometimes PlayStation does have some stupid trophies. So some of them are fine, but some of them are so hard to get and just like, I really don't care. But if you like my friend Anna, she's a completionist, so she has to get every trophy. So I can imagine her getting the trophies on this game. I think she already has, actually. I think she's gotten all the trophies because she's that type of person. It's hilarious. I love this game so much. You know, it should be colder today because it's cloudy. It is not colder at all. It is baking in this room. I'm guessing it's because I've got my laptop and the PlayStation on again. And both of those are just generating heat. On top of it being like summer. But yeah, if you haven't played this game, like 100% get it. You can either play it on PC or on like, fairly sure it's on Xbox as well. I'm turn the fan on because it is baking in this room. I think it's a nice game to try something a bit conventional for once in a while. Makes the other stuff feel refreshing still. Yeah. It's not a stressful game either. You just like either listen to the narrator or you don't, and you just have fun. Like serious games are fine. I like a serious game sometimes, but sometimes I just want to goof around and just do nothing for hours. How have I been? I've been well. I've been really well. Obviously, I'm on holiday for 2 weeks, so I'm really enjoying like just not having to go to work for 2 weeks, and just gaming all day. Obviously, I'm still writing, so I am technically still working, but it's a different kind of work. It's a different kind of work, and I just really like goofing around, and being able to stream every day so far has been amazing. I know I've like been a little bit lazy and waking up late. I'm allowed. But yeah, no, I've been well. I've been well, and enjoying my time off, eating good food, playing fun games, and hanging out with you guys. How have you been though? Because you said you had work today, right? Hopefully you've finished work and you're able to chill and have a good afternoon now. Yeah, that fan isn't really cooling me down much, but it's better than nothing. I have been off work for a bit, and that has been very nice. Awesome. Because I know you said you had work today, but I wasn't sure what time you'd finish. But I'm glad you were able to make it. Apparently, I wasn't going to work, so I've been off. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. It's way too hot, though. You kept busy by the other stuff. That's fair enough. Sometimes you still have to adult, even if you don't have work. I did most of my adult stuff the week before, which is partly why I didn't stream last week or the week before that, because between work and needing to adult, I knew I'd have like more free time this week then. Glad I could catch this stream though. Me too. It's not a stream without you. Because you've been here for like ages now. I've kind of like adopted you as one of my friends. Which means you can't get rid of me now, just so you know. Or maybe I should make that more of my maniacal laugh. An evil laugh. Yeah, unfortunately, you still have to adult. Yeah. Yeah. I made sure I did all my clothes washing last week, so I didn't have to do it this week. Because then it frees my time up, and I don't have to worry about it. Plus, I don't think I'd be able to. Well, the washing machine and dryer are still plugged in, but my dad's doing work on the conservatory roof. So chances are, if I did washing this week, it would only get dirty anyway because of how all the building going on. So that was another reason why I did it last week, and did all my adulting then, after work and everything else. Because I knew didn't want to do it this week, and obviously didn't want to. It wouldn't have made any sense to do it this week anyway. I'm glad to have met you too. I mean, this really did and still is just a hobby. But I'm glad I did it. I'm glad. Because I didn't go into VTubing with the expectations I'd get signed with a company. Kind of glad I didn't even think about it, to be honest. What with everything going on in the two companies, and probably other companies besides, but I won't name names. We all know who I'm talking about. So I'm glad I went the VTuber route, because it means I can be confident in myself while having a cute anime, look, which is awesome. And I don't have to worry too much, and I can just concentrate on having a good time. No, you have no idea how much I've been busy. A lot of construction stuff at my house. Yeah, we do have a lot of construction stuff too. As I was saying, I'm not very good at construction stuff, so I leave that to the pros. Although I say that, was it my dad or was it his friend? Someone yesterday. Was it yesterday? Or was it the day before? Anyway, the point I was making is one previous day, one of them was doing drilling. They drilled into one of the power cords. So the whole power and internet and everything went down, only for a little while until they fixed it. But yeah, I call them professionals, but they still goof up. Everything's okay now. They fixed it. But yeah. Some VTubers are weird, like how young they make themselves be. But I like your stuff. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a demographic for the stuff you're talking about. But I don't want to, because I'm an adult. I don't want to look like a child. I don't want to sound like a child, although I probably do sound a little bit young. But yeah, I want to look like an adult. Oh man, a power cord, that's X-Men. Yeah, it's all right. They fixed it. They know what they're doing, more or less. But yeah. Hopefully this means we'll have more room out the back, though, because we've been setting up the back for the sunny days and everything, and trying to enjoy the sunshine while we have it, because we don't get it here very often. But we don't have a lot of space, because our garden is, well, it used to be on a hill. Obviously it's changed over the years. So now it's in layers. So the topmost layer, which is right at the back of our house or our garden, and that's where the wall is. And then over the wall is our back door neighbor's garden, and then their house. So that layer, he has his greenhouse where he grows all his tomatoes, strawberries, and whatever other little things he grows. And he has his apple tree and his. I think he's got a pear tree. I'm not sure if he has a cherry tree there, but if it is, it isn't that big yet. So he has that. Then you have the layer below that, which is pond. And there used to be a smaller pond which fed into the larger pond, but he's changed that. It's now just a little patch of flowers. And then the next layer then is where we all sit and have our barbecue during the nice weather. And then below, and then the last layer, which is where the conservatory is now, used to be just a flat, open area garden. But now it's where the conservatory is, so it's just a pathway now to the stairs, which leads up to the rest of the garden. But it used to be just an open area before he did all the converting of our house and everything else. I'm kind of miss the open area because it was a good area to like have kids. You could put the gate on so they couldn't get up into the upper garden, and they still had a huge area where they could run around and just be kids. However, obviously now we've got a bigger house, we've got extra rooms, and obviously the conservatory. So in hindsight, for older people, I say older, adults, it's good to have the more room. But I do miss having a good, solid garden to like being able have like enough room for everything in. So what he's planning to do is with the new roof on the conservatory is have that be stable enough that we can actually sit on it and have it as an extra space. So then we have more room then to like sit out in the garden and have barbecues and stuff. That's the plan. We'll see if it works. A big garden is something I think is very nice. Just feels very homey. Yeah, exactly. It's just a little bit awkward because, as I said, our garden used to be on a hill, so he's had to like make it into like a layered thing instead of a steep hill. Because Wales loves its hills. Like we live on a hill, so our garden was a hill. But it's okay. He made it work. He also didn't want to keep tending to the trees that were there because we used to have trees in our garden. Obviously, we still have the apple tree and that, but he's grown himself. The trees we used to have, I think, were pine trees, or they were evergreens of some sort. I can't remember. This was years and years ago. And he didn't want to keep mowing the grass either, especially on a hill, because that was tiring. And you can't exactly get one of those mowers to sit on in order to go uphill. I mean, maybe you could, but back then you couldn't. It was all everything by hand. So it's all kind of concrete now and mud from where the plants are. No grass. That's okay. We don't need it. We don't need it. Wish the best for luck for your back garden plans. Me too. Thank you. Hopefully it'll work out. I don't spend too much time outside because I'm usually working or being a nerd. But I do like going out there and having a barbecue and enjoying the evening weather if it's nice. Because even though I prefer nights over days, I still like the sun. I was born in the summer. I am not a sweet summer child, but I am a summer baby. So I do like the sun. And I like going on for walks, especially if it's like along the beaches or just out in like nature, which we have that in abundance here. like, you have your big cities, and even those have a lot of open green spaces, and it's wonderful. I would not change this place for the world. I could never see me living anywhere else. I'd like to visit other places, don't get me wrong, but living, I want to say, right here. It's comfortable, all my friends are here, and even though the weather isn't perfect, it does mean we get a lot of greenery, and our place is beautiful, and I love it. Okay. Yeah, I get you where I am. I don't want to move. I like where I am. Yeah. Like, there are definitely some places which are not great. And definitely, if you're in an area that isn't great, move if you can afford to. But where I am, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's not quite paradise, don't get me wrong. It has its flaws. I'm looking at you, Hills. But it is lovely here. Yeah, anyways, I have to be off now, need to eat. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for coming. I probably should go and get something to eat myself, actually. It is almost 6 o'clock. I did eat earlier, though, so I'm not going to, like, waste away if I don't eat straight away. Maybe I'll go and have some ice cream. That helped a lot yesterday when I wanted to cool down. I had something to eat first. I had a chicken sandwich. And then I had some of my ice cream. I bought it ages ago because we were having a barbecue, so I bought some ice cream then. Don't judge me, but it's almost all gone, and it was like a tub. For me, it's almost 7. Yeah, I was gonna say you're an hour ahead, right? I do remember some things. Ice cream is always nice. Yeah, this one's just a cheap brand to make. I want to say was it Morrison's or was it Lidl's? Or was it Iceland's? Or it might have even been B&M's. I don't know. I bought it ages ago. But yeah, it's one of the soft ones. Not quite Mr. Whippy. I'm sure people know what that is. But it's a very soft ice cream. It's chocolate, and it's so good. Yeah. The thing is, I can open it, and I can just eat it and eat it and eat it, and I'm just like, this is not good for me. But in this weather, you kind of need to cool down and stay hydrated, and that kind of helps with both, even if it's chocolate. But yeah, I probably should eat so soon as well. I don't know what I'm going to eat that yet, though. What is it? It's Wednesday. I think it might be an if it's day. If it's there, I'll have it. I think my dad went and got me some sushi, so I might actually have some sushi. I didn't ask for any. I only asked for tuna pasta bakes, and some drinks, because I overslept for shopping. But my dad got me some sushi, so I might actually go and have that. It won't last long. Ice cream does that to you. It's hard not to eat it all. It is. It really is. I'm losing my voice again. But like, people are always like, "How are you so thin?" And I'm just like, I don't know, because I eat a load of shit. Not actual shit, by the way. Just junk food. I eat a lot of junk food. And I lose weight faster than I can gain it. It's both a blessing and a curse, because I kind of want to put on some weight. But at the same time, it's just like, my body's like, no. Anyways, have a good day. You have a good day as well. I've always enjoyed eating. I'm going to have some chicken pieces. Nice. As I said, I had chicken yesterday. But I will indeed enjoy my sushi. Hopefully he got me the chicken and duck one, because that's the one I really like. I'm not really a fan of salmon. I don't know whether it's the texture or the fact that it usually has bones in it. Obviously the taste as well, but the taste isn't my main issue. It's the texture and the fact that it usually has little bones in it, and it makes me bleh. I'm fine with tuna. I'm fine with cod. Most fish I enjoy. But yeah, salmon is not one of those fishes. But yeah, sorry, I'm rambling now. I'm rambling. Have a good day. And I believe everyone else has probably gone to bed as well, or is in work. Time zones are fun. Because, like, night's an hour ahead. Shin is, like, many, many hours ahead. I think it's like 8 hours. Most people in America, hello to Americans, I know you're watching, are like 5 hours behind. So it's kind of like 12 o'clock there for you guys, roughly, give or take. Depends on if are we in daylight savings? I'm not sure. Anyway. But yeah, time zones are fun. Because sometimes I'm in the future. Sometimes I'm in the past. And it's weird. But I love it. We have timey-wimey stuff going on. I kind of wish I had a fan in real life. I did at some point have an actual Japanese fan that the Japanese office workers gave to me. But I don't know where it is. Like pretty much everything in this house. Because I moved out at one point. Because I needed my own space. Away from parents. But then my mum passed away. That was like 11 years ago. I'm over it. It's fine. But I didn't want Dad to be alone, so I moved back. And my flat warranty license, whatever you want to call it, was running out anyway. And the guy was selling it to someone else, and they wanted to refurbish it and whatnot. So they were like ending the tenancy. Anyway, so it's perfect timing. So yeah, I moved back. I think my sister had the same idea as me. But she got here first and picked the bigger rooms for her and her son. So I ended up with the smaller room. And then my other room kind of was a storage room for ages. So all of my stuff from the flat was in there. They are now in attics and the loft because we kind of had a bit of both. Some of it is still in that room. Like I already put all my manga on the shelves. Some of my old clothes are in that room still. I probably should like donate some of that to charity. Actually, I've already donated some of it though. Anyway, so I don't know where half of my stuff is, but I did have a fan at some point. It wasn't fluffy like this one though. I think it had dragons on it. I can't quite remember. I think it did. I kind of wish I had it now because that would cool me down. Actually, speaking of cooling, I think I got the cooling spray. It's kind of like water, but with something that cools you down. Probably could grab that. I'll figure out later. Because this room gets really hot. Between obviously the general weather heat, which is I don't even know what the weather is now actually. 23. It's 23, so it's cooler than it was yesterday. So it's 23 outside. It's probably closer to 30 inside, just because of how much heat my PlayStation and my laptop give off. If I had my TV on, that would be even more heat. But I'm running my PlayStation directly through a capture card in order to get it through onto the laptop. So slightly less heat. Slightly. Not much, but slightly. But anyway, I think I'm going to go myself, because I am actually getting hungry. But it has been so much fun playing Stanley Parable, blah, 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 blah. Stanley Parable, I will get my words out. And I appreciate you all coming by and making this like really fun and having all the choices made for me. Because it would have been so easy for me to just like do whatever I wanted. But then it wouldn't be, I mean, it'd still be fun for you guys, I'm sure. But it wouldn't be as interactive. And I think that's what made it so much more fun. So I've never actually done something like that before. Obviously, there aren't many games you can actually do that with. But Stanley Parable, I don't think they made it to do that. Like, they probably did not have that in mind. But I'm glad that we can do that. Because it made it special. And that's the main thing. Anyway, enough of my rambling. I am going to go grab my sushi and have a nice afternoon, trying to cool off. In the meantime, guys, I will see you tomorrow, though. I will definitely be swinging by tomorrow. I don't know what we'll do tomorrow. We can either play Stanley Parable again, or we can do something else. I don't know. I will let you know on the day, because that's how I roll. Forget schedules, forget planning. We just do things by whatever mood we're in. I'm sure you guys don't mind. Like, we're just indies. We do indie things here. We do what we want. And that's okay. Anyway, thanks for coming, guys. I appreciate it. I love you. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.